South Park games tend to be a mixed bag of mediocrity or garbage. Never has there been a great South Park game, because every single one is plagued with several issues. For example, the first game, released back in 1998, controlled horribly, had no balance, performed awful, and had game-breaking bugs holding it back. South Park Rally controlled poorly, performed at 5 frames per second, had no content, and was just ugly to look at. Then Chef's Love Shack is just a generic trivia game with Mario Party minigames tacked on. So, what about the Stick of Truth? Surely they figured things out by now, right? Kind of. Since I can't get Xenia to work, I'll just review the Stick of Truth and leave the Xbox 360 games for another time. So let's jump into the Stick of Truth and talk about why it's a decent game, but nothing great. To start, you must create your character, the new kid or D-bag, as called by Cartman and later on everyone else. Welcome to South Park. You can only be a male and while always be called a male. So even if you choose cosmetics to look feminine, you're still a dude. The fractured butthole would fix this, of course, which is good because everyone should be able to enjoy beating the crap out of each other with sticks and rocks while pretending they're knights and wizards. Equal rights, equal fights. So after you pick your appearance, you can choose a class. This is your only time to choose. Start a new game if you want to play as something else. Back in the day, I first played as a mage. Back in the long forgotten time period known as 2017. Yeah, I know I haven't touched this game in forever. But once I beat a game, I can't go back to it, at least for a while. So your choices are Fighter, Mage, Thief, and Jew. Yes, Jew, cause South Park, that's why. For my second playthrough, I chose Jew to see if things would be different during gameplay. Not really. The combat doesn't change much and your abilities are basically the same with a different skin. We'll cover that later, but your class doesn't change anything in-game from perspectives and choices. So after being a Jew, I can say I was just a little disappointed. There wasn't much else to it. Given it's South Park, I was expecting some sort of cons for being a Jew, besides Cartman commenting on it. Hell, even Kyle doesn't acknowledge my class. Weird. Plus, I chose it for achievement reasons, too.
Well done, my son. I hope you didn't peek. Remember, I will always be at the side of those who have found me. You can call me once per day with this, but I can't help against bosses. They're scary. Come find me again for another.
As you explore the town of South Park, you'll come across many locations, hidden loot, and fights. Some places you can't explore until at least day 2. For reasons you'll learn the hard way.
Oh god, no, shut it off! Keep going, I think you're onto something.
So, depending on how many abilities you have based around what day it is, you'll find new ways to get around and find new locations, loot, and of course, ways to solve quests. So at first you won't be able to get loot hidden on rooftops or underwater, let alone or on the other side of the sewer. So while you can see a lot of the town on the first day, it's not until the second day after being probed by aliens and taught the power of the dragon shout fart, you'll truly be capable of exploration. Part of the exploration is also basic puzzle solving, such as destroying blockades or shooting shelves to create new paths to traverse. You can even find shortcuts via ladders, so there's usually more than one way to get around.
Shall I heal the king, my lord? Or maybe let him suffer just a little bit more? Your word is the command, my lord. Yes, sir! Yeah, there's a buddy.
His powers were too strong. The bard, he's up in one of the rooms. They took Princess Keene. They took her upstairs. I'm sure they're her. Don't let them Princess Keene.
The combat is awful. No defending it. It's old school and that's a con. There's nothing good about turn-based combat. It's boring. It makes the game take longer than needed. They would make things even worse in the sequel by making it into a poor man's Final Fantasy Tactics. So what is there to really talk about? I guess the fact there's only attacks. There's no skipping a turn or defense. So if the enemy is in a counter position, you can't just melee them if all you have is melee. Well, you're screwed. Attack the guy, get countered, take massive damage. Did Matt Stone come up with this trash?
Howdy ho! Gosh, thanks for coming to visit. But here, every day is Christmas. So when I say howdy ho, you gotta say, howdy ho, Mr. Hanky. Give it a try. Howdy ho! Guess they let anybody down in the sewers these days.
Each character comes with their own abilities. So if you have Butters, he can heal you, but not himself. He can also use a lightning attack to damage 2 enemies in a row, but because he's Butters, the enemies are more likely to attack him than you. While the enemy can have 4 people, you can only have 2. You and 1 partner. Again, more stupid design. There's also the problem, no matter how strong you are, all enemies will be just as strong, if not stronger. Rats will easily kill you no matter what. Yep, great game design. Who made this? Alright, Obsidian. Never mind.
Let's see how you like dealing with me.
As for quests, they're all generic as can be expected from Obsidian. You just wander around killing certain enemies and earning experience points. Once you level up, you can increase an ability's effectiveness or get a debuff or whatever. That's it. There's not much else outside of a few summons you can get through quests, but the summons themselves are awful. They can only be used once. They cannot be used during a boss battle. They also must be regained every single day. So if you use Jesus day 1, go find him day 2 to get another token. How stupid. Imagine having to run all over the world of Final Fantasy VII just to get another Phoenix or Infinite again because you used them once. How lame. Just like the quests. Nothing is memorable at all. It's just all filler crap to pad out the game.
You must be the new kid that moved to town. And you're into hunting, huh? Well, my boy, you've come to the right place. South Park is chock full of things to shoot that would delight any taxidermist, survivalist, or weekend animal death enthusiast. You kill anything in that guide, you come back and see old Jimbo and Ned. The best part of hunting is bragging about it to other hunters.
The plot is the kids are playing pretend. You are the new kid in town, so both sides are trying to recruit you, but Cartman is the first one to get hold of you. After playing a long time, you'll get captured by the stupid Jew, who will make threats like the Jew that he is and demand you work for him. How Jewy can you get? So you decide who to side with. Doesn't matter except for achievement reasons. How lame. Typical Obsidian. Can't make impactful choices branching paths. Just like in Fallout New Vegas. Same playthrough every time, nothing's different. The whole story revolves around a stupid stick. An actual stick. No, seriously, it's just a stick, a piece of wood. Dumb. There's nothing original about the plot, it's just trope after trope after trope after trope.
Well, there he is.
You make any new friends, sweetheart?
Nothing to say, huh? What a surprise.
Good night, little man. I hope you're as happy as we are. Everything is going to be better now that we're in this quiet little mountain town.
Thankfully though, the game does have good moments in the comedy bits, but not everything is funny. It's a mix of early seasons and Season 20. Meanwhile, the Fractured Butthole is just Season 20. While I laughed my butt off throughout the whole game when I first played it back in 2017, I wasn't so amused the second go around. Much like Bad Grandpa, it's only funny the first time. After that, you just have to force yourself to laugh. Kind of like when Cartman did during that butt face episode, except I haven't lost my sense of humor. Sometimes you just can't find something funny twice, like the Red Alert commercial. Funny the first time, got old by the second.
More officers down! We're taking heavy casualties out here!
Damn it, you hallway monitors need to stop playing around!
He's got the brass key! He's some kind of dragonborn!
Now look, this is detention time, not time to play Dungeons and Dragons! And besides, he's never gonna get inside here because to open the door you need the gold key, and the only way to get the gold key is by getting the silver key. Okay, which even if he has the brass key, he still hasn't made it past the boss level. Okay?
At the end of the day, South Park The Stick of Truth has its hiccups, but it's not that bad. But it's not great either, it's painfully average. At least it's more entertaining than the Fractured Butthole was. That game just felt like Season 20 of the video game in terms of comedy. Like, good lord, was that game just so mid. I swear, Ubisoft must have neutered the game or something. Or Matt Stone wrote something for once, instead of just Trey and taking credit like the Jew he is. But anyways, The Stick of Truth is just okay. Just get it on sale. It's not worth $20 or more. Anyways, that's it. See y'all later.
Wow, he's still going, huh? Do it again.
Hey, did you guys hear that? Sounded like a chipmunk.
Very, very good. Now use what I taught you to sneak inside that Taco Bell. Find out what they're up to and report back here. And no matter what happens, never fart on anyone's balls. You got that? All right, now go.